to Lenana School. As you know, it is a national secondary school located in the Dagoretti North constituency in Nairobi County. It is an all-boys public boarding school. Going back to history, it was formed in 1949 by a colonial governor named Philip Michel. It was formerly named the Duke of York School. It was renamed later in 1969 after a conflict between the British imperialists and the Maasai spiritual leader called Lenana. Did you know that the team is known as the it's known as the Mean Maroon, perhaps from their maroon-themed uniform. But what about the name Mean? Well, I don't have much to say, but this is Lenana School, and I didn't have time to film the other sections of the school because, well, that wasn't the business of the day. So let's get doing this. Let's see what we have for today. Hello guys, so you've seen I was at Lenana School today. I was accompanying a colleague who was taking some of our students play cricket for a tournament at Lenana School. And while I was there, well, first of all, getting into Lenana School, I couldn't help the feeling nostalgic. You know, the parts that lead to the school. If you know what I mean, that is typical of every Kenyan high school. Well, do they have to be that way? Anyway, so we're looking at the game of cricket. I remember when I was teaching a certain class one day, we were looking, there's a selection of stories that we look at. And so one time I was asking my students one of the stories was about unusual sports. And it was talking about someone who had traveled to parts of Asia and was filming unusual sports. And one of them was, it was talking about a game of polo. So getting ready to read the text, among the questions that I asked them was, what unusual sports do you know? And they said one of them, not even one, but a section of the class said cricket. Personally, I know about cricket as a game, but I hadn't really gotten an opportunity to look into what the game really involves. And so today I got an opportunity to actually go and watch one game. That's why we were at Lenana School. And so I was asking them what is so unusual about cricket, and then most of them were saying that the game just doesn't make sense. So I was up to task to see why they say the game doesn't make sense. So like I said, I absolutely had no idea what cricket was about, how the game is played. So we got there. The field has I didn't even get to know the name of that, but I was able to pick up a few vocabularies, like I now know what a wicket is. I know when you're looking at the game of cricket, there's somebody that is called a batsman. I also know there's something that is called bowling. Yeah, so I picked up something from the same, but honestly, the game itself, like, if you're not really a fan of the same, you won't even enjoy the game, because according to me, I was there, and an hour into the game, I wasn't even getting what was happening until I decided to ask my colleague what exactly is happening here, and then she was able to explain to me 1, 2, 3 things. So what do you think about cricket? And then at the end of it all, I was just wondering, why is the game called cricket anyway? Because for most games, their namings have something to do with what exactly happens in the game. Like for example, when talking about football, there is a relationship between the ball game and some footwork. When you're talking about basketball, at least there is a ball that has to get through the basket. When you're talking about netball, at least there is something between the ball and the net. So for cricket, I was wondering, why is it even called cricket? Because I couldn't just get it. So I decided to check it out. Apparently, it just appears that the word isn't originally English. It has its origin to the French. I don't remember the names exactly. French and German. Those are the languages that have something to do with Greek. At least I'll give you here what Greek means, then in the French and the German. But according to the English, the relationship is the old English, but the modern English has nothing to do with it. So you see, it's not a game that was originally English. So what do you think? To talk about unusual games, would you vouch for cricket as one of them, or do you think it's just an amazing game? And then the other one that they were able to tell me about was golfing. Because to them, they're saying the game is boring, but anyway, everybody's entitled to their opinions, and at least I was able to experience it firsthand. But of course, I think I agree because for our typical people, we like really physical games. For cricket, well, it is what it is. So that is what I was able to do at Lenana school, and it was also a good opportunity to finally be inside the school because, when we were going through school, Lenana school was one of girls. Though it's a boys' school, of course, there is no way I could have gone there. But when you're looking at national exams, to compete with such schools, and people would tell us, we want to be like Lenana school. So finally, I was able to get there, and anyway, it was a good experience. I learned something, like I said. So yeah, that's what I just wanted to tell you. So what do you think about cricket, and what other unusual games might you be able to, say or point out that is actually unusual, or you feel like it's not really like, it doesn't just, like when you're watching football and there's a lot of action, you're able to actually follow what's going on. For cricket, it's not. Like I found out, it's not like somebody has to really tell you what's happening, because there's the bowling, and then like I was thinking, like, how about they called the game, if it's according to English, maybe bat ball or something, something related to what is happening in the game. Anyway, or the modalities of the game. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm just glad to share this with you because it was an awesome experience anyway. So that's what I have for you. Until next time. It's bye for now.
Okay.